Good morning. I'm Phil Pearthree, State Geologist and Director of the Arizona Geological Survey, and welcome you to an episode of the Arizona Mining Review. This episode, we're going to introduce you to Carson Richardson, our newest hire, a specialist in economic geology and ore deposits, and the newest member of our team, and we're delighted to have him.
Thank you, Phil.
Carson, would you tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, I'm from Indiana originally, Peru, Indiana, the circus capital of the world. And I graduated from Ball State University in 2012, and that's when I moved out here to Arizona for graduate school at the University of Arizona to study ore deposits. And I've been here in the last 6.5 years now, and I'm near the end of my PhD, and very excited to join the team.
Great, great. 6 years. Wow, that time flies.
Yes.
So we're hired you in this position of economic geology and ore deposits. We haven't really had anybody specializing in that for quite a while. What do you see as that topic area, first of all, and then later on I'll ask you more about what you think you might do here.
Great. So economic geology is concentrated on the extraction, discovery, and understanding of non-fuel earth resources. So economic geologists need to find mineral deposits, which are simply concentrations of different elements or minerals that are above typical crustal values. When you find that, then you need to hope you can convert a mineral deposit to an ore deposit, because mineral deposits are defined geochemically or mineralogically, but ore deposits are defined by societal need because we think it's economically worthwhile to take that out of the ground. So that's ultimately what you want to find.
Great, great. So what do you think that you'll be taking on, what sort of tasks will you be taking on with us initially?
Well, I'm going to be joining the State Map program, so I'll be helping map some of the quads around Arizona. And I want to first start a series of county reports. So these would be looking at county by county at the different mineral resources. So what has been historically mined, including what minerals have been documented there, what's the production for some of the major mines, and what's the potential in those counties. So this would be a large summary so that in the future, economic geologists, when they're exploring Arizona, would have a reference that summarizes all this for them, and they don't have to compile this themselves. So hopefully that could encourage exploration in the state.
That sounds great. Have those sort of reports been done for any of our counties in the past?
There are some reports that were done from the 40s to the 60s for the 4 southernmost Arizona counties, but the rest of the state does not have that information available.
Well, that's great. That sounds great. So what's your time frame for? I know that we hired you and you were gracious enough to start here before you actually quite finished your PhD. But what's your time frame for finishing up? And
I'm shooting to be done this May, and if the stars align and everything goes correctly, that'll be the graduation date, and I'll be done with grad school after 8 years.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So when you were at the University of Arizona in the Department of Geosciences Department, you also had interactions with the Lowell Institute for Mineral Research. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So the Lowell Institute for Mineral Resources is a consortium of different departments and groups that all have not vague, but they all have different mining-related interests, and this brings them together so they can focus on that together. It also is a collaboration with a lot of different companies around the state and through the western U.S. that typically will sponsor student projects. So, for example, my master's was on the Ann Mesa deposit in the Yarrington district, sponsored by a company that held it at the time. And they funded a year of my study to basically go out there, work on it, and then come back and have a year dedicated to just finishing up my master's thesis and having funds to do analyses and what have you.
So your Yarrington is in Nevada, and your PhD work was also in Nevada. Do you see parallels between there, or what would be, what can you carry to Arizona based on the research that you've done?
Well, the great thing about Nevada and Arizona is they both are in the Basin Range province. So this is a highly extended part of the western U.S. where the crust has been stretched about 100%. So they've been doubled in length over the last 40 to 50 million years. And I've spent a lot of time dealing with very torn up, structurally complex systems. And that's great because southern Arizona is the heart of the Southern Basin Range province. So it was very good training to prepare for dealing with a structurally complicated area.
Great, great. Well, we're excited to have you aboard, so we're looking forward to seeing what you're going to do with us. So,
well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.